It's another Football Manager 2023 experiment with me, Jayhuahua. Welcome back, gang, or welcome along if it's your first time here. And today it's all about that one attribute that we think is crucial to player development: determination. So here we go. We have got two players, one French, one English, because I didn't want them to be the same nationality, because I didn't want them to be jostling for the same position, because one would just start playing and would probably stay there. We've been there in other experiments. And when I did a hidden attributes test, I called them Mr. Professional and Mr. Unprofessional. Well, today we've gone with first names. We've gone for Peter for the undetermined Englishman and Pierre for the determined French striker. They have got identical attributes except determination, which is the key for this experiment. 20 determination for Pierre, 1 determination for Peter. The question I've got to ask is, who will progress more? I'm guessing it's going to be Pierre. Will Peter get to his potential, which is 200? And they have both got perfect hidden attributes. I did consider doing this with hidden attributes that are less than perfect, but I wanted this to be solely down to determination. And I wanted to see if, even with perfect hidden attributes, no or low determination would be a deciding factor. We have got an experiment coming soon, which is a bit more middle of the range for hidden attributes, to follow up from our hidden attributes test. So please do stay tuned for that. If you aren't subscribed already, please do, and drop a like on the video if you like this kind of experiment. I'm not going to carry on with the YouTube admin. We're going to get straight into it. We're going to jump through 1 year to see where Peter and Pierre have ended up. So Pierre has gone to Nice and Peter is at Fulham. Now, in terms of appearances, as you can see, Pierre has played 49 games and scored 33 goals. For Nice 2. He's played 1 game for Nice, which says 48 here. Where does the 49 come from? Capped at under 20 level? Does that count? No, because he's got 3 for under 19. I don't know what's happened here. Right, we've got a problem straight away. Not to worry, he's gone for free to OG Nice 2. And he's gone up to 115 out of 200. Peter, on the other hand, is at Fulham. He's only played the 1 game. And he's gone to 110. So he has improved. His determination is still 1. Let's compare them directly. So as you can see, Pierre, the mentals, that's determination, that is. That's the determination that's gone up. But the technicals, Pierre has improved quite a bit more. But Peter has still improved by 10 attribute points. So he's done all right. He's playing for Fulham, as we've seen. He made 1 substitute appearance in the Premier League. Non-competitive, 63 appearances, 47 goals. Absolutely tore it up for the under-18s then. So from the first season, we can see that our determined player has improved by 5 more attribute points. But is that because he's been playing in a more competitive league? Or playing more games by playing for Nice reserves? I don't know, but we are going to continue moving through, and as they do improve, they will be playing more for their teams. Where will they end up? I'm sure they're both going to get big money moves. I bet Pierre's going to go to PSG, and that's going to really annoy me. Why did they make him French? Before we jump through a few more years, let's have a look at the World Cup. Well, Gareth Southgate is still in charge, and England are ranked 8th. Don't think they won the World Cup then. No, they lost to Holland in the second round. And France won it by beating Spain 3-0 in the final, and it was... Kylian Mbappe did grab a goal. It's come off the bench. Why is Mbappe on the bench? Right, that's enough of that. Let's jump forward 3 more years to 2026 and see how people are getting on. Have they made big money moves? Have they improved a hell of a lot? Are they in the first teams? Are they capped internationally? These are questions that we will answer very shortly. They're both still where they were, at Nice and Fulham. Milan and Juve want Peter. He's transfer listed by request. He's earning a hell of a lot more. Pierre, on the other hand, he has 20 more appearances and 31 more goals. However, it's Peter that is actually at 157 out of 200. His determination has risen to the dizzy heights of 4, and he's got very, very good. He's He's a good striker. He's got 14 under 21 caps and 11 under 21 goals. 2 goals in 3 appearances for the England first team. And with Fulham, he went out on loan to Middlesbrough in the 23-24 season, scoring 17 in 41, getting a 7.17. Then his first season in the Premier Division, he only got 5 goals, but 19 of his appearances were from the bench. So that's unfair to say 5 in 28, because only 9 of those were starts. Not too bad. Then he got 1 in 2, 16 in 32 this last season. For Fulham, who, where did they finish? In the most recent season, Fulham finished 10th. The season before, they just beat relegation on goal difference by 5 goals. Those 5 goals for our fella, Peter, has saved them. So back to the shortlist then. So Peter is better than Pierre. No interest in Pierre as it stands. And we're going to do the comparison again. So again, the mentals, that's all the determination really. But as you can see, the physicals, the speed, the vision, Peter's have improved massively. And whilst you look at these attributes here, and it looks like Pierre has got the edge on quite a few. You look at the polygons, and you just look at the raw stats. For me, I'd prefer Peter. I think it's the greens on the holy trinity of dribbling, finishing, and first touch. But I've got to say, we're only 4 years into this experiment, and I am already shocked. I didn't think Peter would be able to keep up with Pierre in terms of progression. I thought Peter might get to 200, but I thought he'd be there 3, maybe 4 years after Pierre, when, as it stands, it looks like he's going to get there first. So for Pierre at Nice, again, he's not set the world on fire. He has not set the world on fire. Surprise, surprise, PSG have won it every year. But Nice here getting Europa League football. 3rd here, getting Champions League football. Wow, go on Nice. Nice have finished in the European places in France every single season. And quite a few of his goals are for the Nice reserves team, or Nice 2, in a lower league. So they're not even in the database here, then they're in the National 2C. They must have gone up with those 33 goals in 47. So Pierre has got 5 goals in 7 games for France. We're currently at the World Cup, and it's the World Cup semi-final where Peter did score for England, but it was an Antoine Griezmann 90th minute goal, and they got Norway in the final. Erling Haaland in the World Cup final. And England did win the Euros, but Peter wasn't playing for them by then, so. But England beating Germany in the final. They're up at 3rd as well in terms of world ranking. They're in the 3rd place playoff against Portugal. Okay, so France could win the World Cup. Pierre could be a World Cup winner by the time we come back. When will we be back? I think we're going to come back. They are 20 years old now. I'm going to come back at 23 in 3 years' time, so 2029. A Kylian Mbappe hat-trick led France to World Cup glory in 2026. And in the 2028 Euros, they lost to England in the semi-final, where Peter, undetermined, scored twice for England, as they retained, beating Germany in the final again. Back-to-back wins for England over Germany. And here we go then. Where are they going to be? Okay. They've both moved. They've both got terrific goals and to appearances, really. They've really kicked on. Bayern Munich want Peter. They've already got Pierre. And Peter is nearly there. 198 out of 200, whereas Pierre is down at the lowly 195. So, let's firstly look at Peter. He's on £180,000 a week at Arsenal. His determination is up at 6. And look at his Holy Trinity now. And look at his physicals. Wow. He moved for £95 million to Arsenal in the summer that we were last here. We were last here in 2026. So it wasn't then, sorry. It was the season after. My mistake. He played a full season for Fulham, getting 30 goals in 26-27. How did Fulham do in that season then? He rocketed them to a Europa League finish, finishing ahead of Manchester United, who qualified for the Conference League. 30 league goals. And he scored literally half of their league goals. Out of 6 league goals, Peter scored 30. And then he moved to Arsenal, who improved on their 74 points and third place finish by finishing second on 76. And most recently, they won the league. Peter is a league winner, an English Premier Division champion with Arsenal, winning by 8 points as well. Top goal scorer. So as you can see here, when he played for Fulham, he was the top scorer by a mile, finishing 9 goals ahead of Alexander Isak and Erling Haaland. Stephen Oakley, another regen, this time for Chelsea, beat Peter by 1 goal in his debut season for Arsenal, settling into his new team. He's pretty good, isn't he? Centre midfield or forward. Not in between. With that kind of passing and vision and all these mentals. I mean, why he couldn't play in the hole, I don't know. Dogly, we want him as a support striker coming in from deep because he's not got the pace to get in behind. Anyway, we're talking about Stephen Oakley. Who's Stephen Oakley? But anyway, Peter has got 42 goals in 39 games. Absolute scenes for him. Well played, Peter. He's on fire. And now over to Pierre, who is also very good. 24 goals in 36 appearances for France. Not as good as Peter, to be fair. And he's moved for £132 million to Bayern Munich. In January, it looked like. He's had a season and a half at Bayern Munich, scoring 38 goals in 48 games. And, well, he's a champion with Bayern Munich. But the season he arrived, look at that. They lost the league by 10 points to Leipzig, and they had exactly the same goals for and against, despite the fact that Bayern drew 5 more. And Pierre Determined was the top goal scorer in the most recent season, getting 25 in 31. Big money moves for the pair of them. Peter is wanted by Bayern Munich. They are 23 years old. Peter, is he going to get there first? I think we're going to come back. If we came back in 1 year, they'd both be on 200. I'll tell you what, let's quickly just do that. We'll come back in 1 year and we'll just look at this before we jump forward. I want to go through 5 years. So I'm going to jump through 1 more year and see if they both got there, then I'll say Peter got there first. Oh, they're both level on 199. I can't believe it. Right, jumping through 1 more year. They're still both at the same clubs as well. They're still both at 199. Going to 2032, the drama, the tension. Who can get there first? It's Peter! It's Peter who's got there. He's still at Arsenal. Pierre's gone to PSG at some point. And wanting to come back in 2034. So Peter's got there first. We're going straight to 2034 when they are 28 years old. Let's go. And Pierre is still only on 199. And as we've just alluded to just a moment ago, Pierre has gone to PSG. Peter is on 200. He's got there first. His determination has rocketed up to 7. He's on £450,000 a week. He's got 116 goals in 96 appearances for England. He is an absolute world-class talent. He's scoring goals for fun. In terms of the Premier League, he has won 3 while at Arsenal, whereas Chelsea have won 2 and Liverpool won 1. So Man City have not won the Premier League in a long time. We've got 6 teams going into the Champions League. So in the most recent season, I'm telling you now that we've got teams winning the Champions Leagues. As you can see here, Chelsea have won 3. Man City have won 1. Chelsea beating Tottenham in the last 2 seasons. Unbelievable scenes. Arsenal beat PSG. Wait. 28-29. Oh, we can't look at the teams. When was he there? When did he move? Right, we're going back to the shortlist. I'm all over the place, guys. I'm all over the place. So, right, Pierre. 72 in 96 for France. We'll compare them. Again, the determination is there for Pierre on the mentals. He's got better defending. Peter's better in terms of speed, not as good at vision. Attributes. Again, it's weird, isn't it, that Pierre looks so much better from this screen. Yeah, he's only 199 out of 200. Peter is 200. So they both started off at the same height as well, 6 foot. Peter has grown another inch. Weighs £4 more. Fatty. So Bayern Munich took a £5 million loss on him. They bought him in. He scored. Oh, his goal return was awful. Look at this. He got an 8.05 here with 25 and 31. 7.92. 7.82. And then he's gone to PSG. £133 million. Bayern have won the league every single season. So he was at Bayern Munich. He was at Bayern Munich when this Champions League final happened between Arsenal and PSG. He was actually at Bayern Munich and he lost 2 in a row. Bayern Munich have come up a hell of a lot. Chelsea doing absolute work here, winning some Premier Leagues, winning 3 Champions Leagues. What's his name? Graham Potter's still in charge. It's Stephen Oakley. What's his potential? 195. Not surprised. Absolute scenes for Stephen Oakley. Right. Back to Pierre. So League One Uber Eats. So PSG are back winning the league. So for 3 years in a row, he's been there. 33 and 32. What a return that was. They did actually win the league. And then they went and bought Pierre. And they've just carried on with their stranglehold on the trophy. In terms of internationally, Michael Carrick is currently the manager of England. They are ranked 2nd in the world. So as we saw here, they did win 3-2 in the final against Germany in the 2030 World Cup. They absolutely stormed the World Cup. How many goals did they score here? 3-0 win here, hat-trick for Peter. An 8-0 win here, another hat-trick for Peter. A 7-0 win, 5 goals for Peter. In the group stages, he scored 11 goals. Didn't score there. Peter finally rocks up in the semi-final against Spain. And in the final, didn't manage to score. Stephen Oakley got a couple, Bukayo Saka and Vaughan Gamblin. Decent player, isn't he? So they won the World Cup in 2030. Got knocked out in the quarterfinals to France. And it was Pierre with a brace, scoring in extra time. Winning it for France there. Oh, and England have just been absolutely battered by Italy. After Peter scored 5 again. And another 5 goals in a World Cup group stage. And France did go on to win that tournament. France did go on to win it. So the award winners, the best player was Peter when England won it and Pierre when France won it. Golden Boot. Peter did get the Golden Boot on 10 goals. Double the total of Stephen Oakley. Pierre with 8 goals and just missing out on the Golden Boot in the Euros in the most recent tournament when they won. Okay, 28 years old. We haven't been through Ballon d'Ors yet. We're going to do Ballon d'Ors and other awards of that nature at the end. I think 5 more years, right? 33. They're both at Arsenal. They are both at Arsenal. And Pierre has dropped to 197 out of 200. And Peter is still at 200. He's got 8 for determination. So he has improved his determination over the course of his career. 33 years old. He has been unbelievable for Arsenal, who have, again, we've gone 5 years. They've only just won the Premier League. They've not, City won it, Liverpool 2, and then Chelsea. However, they've got back-to-back Champions League. Look at this. Look at this for past winners for the English teams. Arsenal beating Chelsea. Arsenal beating City. Liverpool beat Arsenal. Man City beat Arsenal. Man City beat Bayern. First time that it's not an English team in the final. Chelsea, Tottenham, City, Real Madrid. So in the last 7 years, only one team outside of England has got to the final, and that was Bayern Munich. We'll look at Pierre. When did he go to Arsenal? He left PSG for free. That is so satisfying. PSG losing one of the best players in the world for free. Because we've all been there, haven't we? When PSG come knocking for your wonder kids. Not me at the minute, I'm older. I mean, if they came knocking for one of my players, you know, God help them. But yeah, so he's only played 21 games and scored 14, then 21 games and scored 18. 15 starts in both seasons, 6 off the bench. So he's a bit part player. He's playing second fiddle to Peter. 127 goals in 158 appearances for his country. Peter's got 174 and 150, and he is playing more often. I'll be honest with you, the determination, I thought, whilst Peter was going to get there, I thought Pierre was going to run away with it. And it's actually been the other way around. Peter's done him. Determination, honestly, has had no effect. It's just not been a factor in the slightest, has it? Zinedine Zidane, manager of England. Oh, Ralph Hasenhüttl again. Why does Ralph Hasenhüttl get the England job in every bloody simulation I do? Michael Carrick, Antonio Conte was there for best part of 2 years. And then Zinedine Zidane has been their best part of a year. And England won the Euros again. Again beating Germany. Absolute scenes. You can't make it up. Lost to Holland in the World Cup third round. Again, another 11-0 against Qatar. Stephen Oakley with 5 this time. 3-0 in the final there. Peter getting 2 goals. And once again, he got the golden boot. Zidane was sacked as the France manager, and he's gone to get the England job. And they got knocked out in the second round of the World Cup to Italy on penalties. Yeah, and they got to the semis and lost to Germany in the Euros. So that's it. Right. Well, I'm going to jump through to the end of their careers now. I don't know how many years it's going to be. I'm going to jump through 5, and then we'll add and take away and see how they're going. Look, Pierre's getting less money as well. Interesting. Right, they're both gone. They're both here. Both still at Arsenal. Pierre's transfer listed by request, but he's not there at the end of the next season, so he obviously retires. So does Peter. And look at this. Pierre's down at 179 out of 200. Peter's at 191. 8 determination. He's grown a beard out of nowhere. Where's that come from, Peter? Hey? His dribbling's fallen off the face of the earth. Finishing and first touch is still up there, though. His pace is still pretty good at 37 years old. 15 pace and acceleration. Still world class. And I don't even need to check multiple leagues for them now. But he's not played much, has he? 4 years we've been. I mean, 19 games there. Premier Division. Arsenal again, 4 years. Chelsea have won 3. Arsenal have won just the 1. They've won 2 more Champions Leagues. So in the last 6 years, they've won 4 Champions Leagues. Bayern Munich have come back and won a couple, beating Tottenham in the most recent final. Excellent stuff. Okay, so if we have a quick look at 208 goals in 200 appearances for England, for Peter. Has he retired from international football? He's still there. Top players. He's still there, is Peter Undetermined. Tom Hardy. Playing for Leicester, Tom Hardy. Where's Pierre? Pierre. Still playing for France. Still playing for France. 184 and 198. No slouch there. His acceleration, his pace, his dribbling has also fallen off. Not bad in terms of pace, still at 13 at 37 years old, but, you know, Peter's still so much better. And look at that, 12 attribute points the difference. And you can't believe it, can you? His determination has dropped to 19. We haven't checked this throughout, but through his career, his determination has gone from 20 to 19. Peter's has gone from 1 to 8, and he's had so much the better career. He's had better international career. He's won so much stuff with Arsenal. He has won stuff in Germany and France. They've both done well internationally. I think it's all down to personal accolades. I mean, as you can see here, he's had a better career in terms of appearances and goals. Golden ball. Well, that does surprise me. Peter has won 1, and Pierre has won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So Pierre's won 7 when playing for Bayern Munich and PSG. Stephen Oakley has won the 4 in a row before Bartolomeu for Barcelona. Stephen Oakley's at 37 years old, and he's still pretty good. I can't believe Pierre's won 6 more Ballon d'Ors. 7-1. 7-1. Player of the Year. Again, Pierre. Peter's not even won one of those. Yeah, Peter's not even won one of those. World Team of the Year. Go all seasons. Pierre is up front for Bayern Munich in all seasons, and Peter has only made it onto the bench. Well, I'm shocked. I'm double shocked. Does that reverse the shocking? To begin with, I thought determination was going to head and shoulders be above it. Turns out determination had no effect. The player that had lower determination had a considerably better career in looking at the stats, looking at facts and figures, and looking at the attribute growth and everything. And he's absolutely been wiped the floor with. Under 21 Footballer of the Year. They both won 1 each. There we go. Draw in there. 1 each on that. NXGN award. Peter won that when he was playing for Fulham. One last thing. World Cup. Holland won the most recent one. Italy. So England have won 1 World Cup. France have won 2 during the experiment. In terms of Euros, England have won 4. France have won 1. Unbelievable. Don't tell me that they've beaten Germany in the final again. Have you ever seen anything like it? 4 finals, England versus Germany, and England come out on top every single time, even in Germany. The time the tournament was in England, France won it. He's been in England. He's been in Germany twice. Germany been hosts twice. They've lost twice to England in the final. Oh dear. Right. Well, that is almost the end of the experiment. I'm going to quickly just jump through just a year, just to see if they decided, once retired, to become staff members. Well, determined and undetermined has become a name. So you've got Andy Undetermined, who's a director of football at Hartlepool, almost certainly a regen, absolutely. Because I've put determined in as his name. Joel Determined is an unemployed coach. So Peter is an unemployed manager, retired from playing in 2044, won the Champions League in 2044, the final season before they both retired. Another Champions League for Arsenal. So many Champions Leagues for Arsenal. He's never had a job in terms of being a manager. Yeah, determined. Just retired. Left Arsenal. Moved around a lot more. He just decided not to become a staff member. And that's it. That's the experiment, guys. What do you think to that? Please do let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Is there anything that I didn't look at during the experiment that you would like me to have covered? Is there anything that you would tweak going forward in light of what we know about this experiment? The reason, as I said at the start, the reason I decided to go with max hidden attributes, because as we saw in the... If you haven't watched it, go and watch it. But if you have, you'll know that the hidden attributes test, the player with awful hidden attributes had an absolute shambles of a time and never got to his potential, whereas the one with perfect was just flying. It was absolutely the best player in the world. So what I wanted to do is give him a very standard, every opportunity hidden attribute-wise, and then this be focused solely on determination. I wanted no ambiguity of, oh, the hidden attributes weren't very good, so maybe that had a factor. They had both the same hidden attributes, and determination did not matter. I think we're going to do this again with a few different varying levels of hidden attributes with determination, and maybe some different determinations. I don't know. I need to work that out. But if you've got any ideas of how to improve this, leave it in the comments down below. If you've got any ideas of other attributes you want me to go and have a deep dive into like this, again, comments down below, or any other ideas in general for experiments. If you've been on the channel before, you've seen so many experiments that I've done. Any idea is always welcome, and I'll factor them in if I like the sound of them. Oh, that's enough of that. 48 minutes I've been recording. Jeez, I'm going to have to cut this right down. I apologise if this has been a long video. If you've got all the way to the end, and it is quite a long video, I do salute you. Thank you very much. If you haven't subscribed already, again, please do. It means a hell of a lot, really pushing this channel. I want to get there to 1,000 subscribers because it seems like a long way away, but in recent times, the channel's gone through the roof in terms of where it was at. So, yeah, if you can subscribe if you haven't already, please do. Drop a like on it. Do comment. You know, let me know what you thought. Go and watch some of the other experiments. Let me know what you think of them. Thanks, guys. Take care. See you soon.